the end of every video, I ask you all to tell me who or what you want me to talk about next, and lately, a lot of you have been doing exactly that. It looks like the YouTube algorithm has been recommending Rappin For Jesus to a lot of you because you really want me to talk about it. Well boys, I'm here to deliver. Rappin For Jesus was uploaded to YouTube back on February 5th of 2013, presumably by a man named Brian Spinney. The video itself is a music video which was supposedly filmed over a decade ago for a community church and features the church's pastor and his wife performing this unapologetically white and Christian themed rap song. Now there's some pretty ridiculous bars in this song, but the one that everyone remembers is this one.
So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
This video is really something out of the Tim and Eric playbook with the VHS aesthetic to it and the overall absurdity of it. Rappin For Jesus has become crazy popular over the years, garnering over 59 million views since its upload date back in 2013. And I think if there was such a thing as a YouTube Hall of Fame, this video belongs right there smack dab in the middle of it. But with that said, as time has passed, there have been more and more people questioning the authenticity of this video. Like, was this really recorded for some church years ago, or was this like an intentional project? You gotta understand that most of the comedic value of Rappin For Jesus relies on the fact that the viewer is made to believe that it is actually a real low-budget cringe music video created completely unironically for some random church and it just got leaked onto the internet. But is this really the case? Because there's plenty of evidence out there that suggests that this entire music video was a carefully calculated internet shock project created to go viral. So today I want to share with you all the inconsistencies when it comes to the backstory of this video, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of the real story behind Rappin For Jesus. Real quick, before we get started, I want to thank The Ridge for sponsoring yet another one of my videos. They make these sleek metallic wallets that go in your front pocket. The one I just showed you was the aluminum gunmetal version, but there's tons of different metals and colors to choose from on their website. 'Tis the holiday season and a Ridge wallet makes a perfect gift. I've got a 10% off link for you guys to use in the description box. That's ridge.com/surf and use code SURF to save 10% off of your order, and that includes free worldwide shipping. So check that out and let's get on to the video. To begin, let's take a look at Rappin For Jesus and deduce its surmised backstory based only off of the content itself, Brian Spinney's YouTube channel, and the metadata associated with the video. And what we will find are the elements that make up the commonly accepted backstory associated with this video. On January 15th, 2013, Brian Spinney's channel is created. His About section reads as follows: proud father of two, loving husband, and a devoted Christian. Iowa born and raised. The channel remains dormant until February 5th when Rappin For Jesus is uploaded. This was its innocently written description. I helped my pastor make this music video when I was in high school. Thought you guys might get a kick out of it. May the Lord bless and keep you. Now let's look at the video content itself. The video begins with an image of what is supposed to be the West Dubuque Second Church of Christ. We are also told the title of the song and that it is a product of the church's youth outreach program. Moments later, the song begins and small corner text establishes the supposed names of the performers in the song. These two performers being Pastor Jim Kolerick and his wife, who is referred to Miss Kolerick here, but her name is revealed to be Mary Sue later in the video. This corner text also states that the music video was filmed and edited by the uploader, Brian Spinney. Now the actual lyrical content in this video is irrelevant to establishing the backstory. You guys already know the gamer word that is spoken. At the end of the video, a call to action inviting viewers to join the church's outreach program is shown, and a link to the church's website is displayed. On the website's homepage, we find a message written from Pastor Jim thanking us for visiting the website. The rest of the website remains incomplete outside of the contact portion and the news section. The news section is what is really important for the narrative. It reads as follows: June 15th, 2004. Sadly, our church has closed its doors. It's been an honor and a privilege to bring Christ's message to the West Dubuque community for all these years. May the Lord bless you and keep you always, dear friends. Jim. So naturally this implies that the website is pretty old, and further implies that Rappin For Jesus was recorded quite some time ago. And when you consider the VHS artifact-filled quality of the video, this kind of makes sense. So to summarize, if we analyze this information as presented at face value, the viewer is made to think that Rappin For Jesus was some bizarre, poorly thought out church outreach production filmed in the 90s or early 2000s, and good old Brian Spinney decided to pull it out of his video vault one day and threw it onto YouTube. And it would end up going viral just by complete accident. An effective narrative, but is it true? In short, no. Rather, I'm almost 100% certain that this was a carefully orchestrated viral hit perpetrated by someone using Brian Spinney as a creative alias. I guess I gotta prove myself here, so let's do a bit of cross-examination and prove why this story they've given to us doesn't add up. I want to start off with the really damning evidence. Let's start off by discussing the questionable existence of this West Dubuque Second Church of Christ. So there's no church in Iowa that goes by this name, but it's not game over yet, because if you remember, the church's website stated the church closed its doors back in June of 2004. So yeah, maybe it existed at one point, but it's just shut down now. But what if I told you the website lied? Fortunately, we have the luxury of being able to look up when a website domain was registered. And what do you know, the West Dubuque Second Church of Christ domain was registered not in 2004, but January 15th of 2013. That's right, this website was created around the time of Rappin For Jesus' release, and was intentionally designed to masquerade as a genuine church website created in the early 2000s. There's literally no way to explain why someone would retroactively create a website for a church that supposedly closed its doors almost a decade prior. This church was 100% fake and was only created as a companion piece for the Rappin For Jesus video. And I've got another spicy nugget for you here. You know what was also created on January 15th of 2013? Brian Spinney's YouTube channel. After this discovery, it becomes clear that on January 15th of 2013, Brian Spinney, or whoever the person is behind this video, was carefully setting the stage and creating the universe for his Rappin For Jesus video, which was to be completed and released just under a month later. The fake church discovery alone, in my opinion, silences any argument that suggests that Rappin For Jesus wasn't a carefully put together hoax/parody. The date of the fake church's website creation and Brian's channel creation being on the same day is too much to be passed off as sheer coincidence. Alright, enough about the church, let's talk about the performers in the song, Pastor Jim Kolerick and his wife, Mary Sue Kolerick. These people simply don't exist. I've looked far and wide. Facebook people searches, nothing. White page name lookups for Iowa, even the entire United States, nothing. I also checked the obituaries for good measure and even went back and did all of this searching with Jim Kolerick's name being James Kolerick, because sometimes people go by Jim and James interchangeably. Nothing. There's literally no digital footprint left by these two individuals. And before you say, oh Wavy, maybe they're just boomers and they've never used the internet so they don't have a digital footprint. Look up your grandparents on white pages. I guarantee you their name will pop up. If you're a person who has ever had an address, you're in the system. So after discovering this, it's clear to me that these were simply made up names for these actors to use for their characters in Rappin For Jesus. I mean, come on, the wife's name is Mary Sue, that's just too perfect. Furthermore, using fake names would be a pretty smart idea when you consider the lyrical subject matter of this song. Yeah, we think it's funny, but that chorus could have gotten them in trouble if their real names got out. I don't know, maybe the NAACP would come after them. But yeah, it's clear these are made up, fabricated names, and everybody involved in the project wished to remain anonymous. And that concludes cross-examination. Hold it! Future wavywebsurf here. I wanted to share another piece of evidence with you guys that I discovered when I was editing this video. And this piece of evidence pretty much proves that the video was created in early 2013 or late 2012 and wasn't recorded in the 90s or 2000s like the story wants us to believe. So when I was editing, this image of what looks like college students sitting on a set of stairs caught my eye. And I decided to crop it and reverse Google image search it to see if anyone else had ever used this photo. And well, what I found was that a lot of colleges actually have used this photo on their websites. And I don't know the exact date of when this photo was published to the internet, but it began to see its first use in late 2012 and early 2013. It looks like whoever made Rappin For Jesus nabbed this photo off of Google and just put filters over it so it looks a lot older than it really is. So what I'm getting at here is that there's no way Rappin For Jesus Jesus is like a decades-old project because it uses a stock photo from the early 2010s. But yeah, just thought I would share that with you guys. So in conclusion, the church is fake, the website is fake, the website and the YouTube channel were created on the same day in 2013, Jim Kolerick and Mary Sue Kolerick aren't real people, and Jim's not a pastor. At this point, I think we can say without reasonable doubt that this video wasn't some accidental viral anomaly. It was rather a methodically planned out and galaxy-brained piece of Christian satire put together by a very talented content creator who goes by the name of Brian Spinney. What am I missing? Am I missing something here? Are you guys not on the same page? The care that went into developing the mythos surrounding this video is admirable, as there are still Reddit threads popping up to this day that are debating if this thing was real or staged. Well, after what we have discovered today, it appears as if the latter is true. So wrapping up, what we've discussed today, in my opinion, doesn't take away anything from this video. Real or fake, it will always be a legendary piece of YouTube content. And hopefully one day we'll get another piece of content from Brian Spinney that's just as good or even better. And if you would like to see this happen, I invite you to support Brian Spinney on the Bandcamp page he created for Rappin For Jesus back in 2013. The link is below in the description box. So guys, that concludes today's episode of wavywebsurf Goes Ace Attorney on Rappin For Jesus. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if this is just some earth-shattering, revelation for you, or is this something that you've kind of known in the back of your mind since you saw the video for the first time. Let me know who or what you want me to talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.